Hey guys, so it's Sunday just before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just come back from seeing Sean in London, and it's been a funny weekend. We were doing some Christmas shopping and just tying up loose ends here and there and getting me ready for work. I start tomorrow, so that's exciting. And I was feeling sort of introspective, so I ended up writing for the first time in a really long time. And I was able to sort of externalize a lot of the things that I've been feeling since, uh, everything started happening and my life kind of changed. So I'd like to share it with you guys now just so you can have a fuller picture of what's been going on. And I know it's difficult because a lot of you are back home in Canada, and I really wish that I could tell you these things in person, but um, if you know me and you're not like a stranger watching this, and if you're a friend of mine or family back home, you know that I express myself a lot better in writing. Even though people have said oh, you're so eloquent when you speak and you carry yourself so well. Well, yeah, but when I'm talking about like myself and my emotions, it's difficult. So I tend to write a lot better. So yeah. Currently, it is untitled, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so uh, here we go. All right, I hope you enjoy. Maybe it'll give you a bit more of a clue as to how I've been feeling and coping with things, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, here we go. Uh-huh. Truthfully, she did not quite know how to feel. Not that she was confused exactly, more like shell-shocked. She thought maybe she'd set a precedent of some kind. With everything that had happened in the last 4 weeks, how could she be expected to feel? It was all very new, uncharted territory. In 4 weeks, she had been fired from her first real, full-time teaching job, the job she left her country, family, and friends for. In 4 weeks, she applied for 20, maybe 30 new jobs, and been interviewed by 6 all over London. In 4 weeks, she had been offered and accepted a new and better job. In 4 weeks, she packed all her worldly belongings, lost 1/4 of them in transit, looked for, found, and paid for a new home. In 4 weeks, she cried twice. In 4 weeks, she said goodbye to her new friends and her young students, said goodbye to a bad choice, and said hello to a good one. In 4 weeks, she grew very, very tired, and she learned just how strong she needed to and could be. And all that was left for her to do now, it seemed, was to feel. She thought, but what? What did she have left? All her energies had been spent fighting for her right to stay in this new country. Every inch of herself worked into a polished, poised, energetic, and dedicated woman. Some might argue that she was already all of these things, that this trial by fire only helped her realize who she was. Whether or not she had it all along, even she didn't know. She did, however, know that there was no way in hell she was going to go back to how she was before. But there was still one last nagging thing. How was she supposed to feel? Some mornings she woke up feeling like she was a soft breeze away from bursting into tears. Some mornings she woke up smiling. Despite no longer having an appetite, she seemed to be gaining weight. She felt puffy and uncomfortable, on top of how her body already enjoyed betraying her, reacting to emotional stress by blessing her with sore muscles and cramps that made her tear at her bed sheets every night. Her skin was assaulted with blemishes, her hair grew brittle and fell away in the shower, her nails broke and her lips cracked. She seemed to be falling apart like a neglected car. But she did not cry. She did not mourn her figure. She did not lament her broken skin. She had no time. She had no time at all. Every moment awake was saturated with plans, errands, phone calls, lists, meetings, and movement. In her sleep, when she did sleep, she fitfully dreamt about the day her world changed. She did not want to admit it, but she was terribly haunted by that day. 1,000 shards of glass pierced her heart, forcing her to question her skill at the job, the vocation that she had devoted her life and her love to. But even this existential crisis was not permitted to freeze her. She readied herself for battle the moment she left the office where she'd been given her sentence. For 4 weeks she had been on the move, clad in armor. She did not stop to breathe, and she did not stop to rest. Even now, with the end blessedly in sight, she refuses to stop. 4 weeks ago, her life changed and she had a choice to make: to give up and go home, or to stay and fight. She chose to stay, and she chose to change. But did she really change? Perhaps she matured, emerged from her cocoon of previously understood reality, and became the butterfly she was meant to be. There would be no turning back for her now. Something inside her burned and screamed, "Live." It was her own voice, something she lost since working at that school. She was glad to have it back after so long. And yet that question still remains: how persistent it is. How do you feel? How are you supposed to feel after your life falls apart and you spend every single second, every single breath putting it back together? People have told her to feel proud of how she has dealt with it all. People have told her that they themselves are proud of her. This makes her smile. Perhaps it is okay to feel proud of herself after all. But she does not want to feel pride, not yet. She is not finished. She will feel pride in herself when she greets the new year with fiery eyes and a smile shouting, "I survived." So for now, how should she feel? She is strangely not sad about having left that small, isolated English seaside town, nor the people she has left behind. Externalizing this feeling, she is struck by the callousness of it. But she knows it is true. She passed through as a ghost might, careful not to leave a single trace that she ever walked those streets, drank, laughed, and lived there. She feels it is best this way. She is excited to start again. She must be, exploring her new town, learning the streets, the smells in the air, setting up her new home, her first real home, to lay roots down in this country for the first time. Suddenly, she feels delightfully domestic and is overcome with a desire to spend hours in an IKEA, hunting for just the right bedroom set. She is overwhelmed with images of a future version of herself with a cup of hot chocolate in one hand, a red pen in the other, as she marks a pile of students' work. On her dining table. Her table in her own flat. She knows that in a few months, once everything has settled down and she exhales at last, this fanciful image of herself at home will be real. Only then, she thinks, I'll let myself relax and be happy. She keeps this thought in her head and recalls it like a sacred mantra, promising serenity. Soon she will deserve to rest, but still she works. She works until her eyes burn from fighting tears. She works until the dull pain in her arms and back become unbearable, and she works through that pain. Maybe this is the answer, then, to that stubborn question after all. Perhaps she feels everything and nothing at once. She feels pain, sadness, and anger, and betrayal. She feels excitement and anxiety, fear, confusion, anticipation, delight, expectation. She feels confidence, understanding, and clarity, preparation, patience, joy, love, and thankfulness, peace, and 1,000 unnameable things at once, so that her heart and mind buzz loud enough to burst. One thing she knows for certain is that above all else, in this moment, even though she is exhausted, she will not stop. Not yet. She's not finished. Were she to allow herself just one, perhaps childish taste of optimism or fancy, it would be to hold on to that image she has of herself, with hot chocolate, her dining table, and her couch, her bed, her rugs, and her books, and her flat. Deep down, she knows that she deserves that kind of happiness, but she can't allow that, however warranted, sense of entitlement color the fearlessness of the drive she's got pushing her forward. So, what does she feel? After all of that, this exercise in self-indulgent introspection, reflective practice, deconstruction, and analysis, what is the real answer to that question? The question oozing with insidious pathos, dripping with flirtatious sympathy. How does she feel? She feels ready. And that, she knows, is enough. Hold or cut bowstrings. The end. So, I always kind of feel funny reading out loud, but how else are you guys gonna see that? So that's how I feel, and I'm pretty. I don't want to say I'm proud of that piece as a piece of writing, but it's the first thing I've written in a long time, and I kind of like it. It's something that I'm gonna save and I'm gonna keep it, and whenever things are, maybe they're not going the way that I want them to, I'm going to remember that that's how I was feeling. And, to be honest, I am proud of what I've been able to do in these last few weeks. I'm proud of the fact that I'm still here, I'm still standing, I'm still as fiery and determined as ever, and I'm impressed that I had that in me. I didn't know that I did, but now I do. And yeah, these kinds of things. I think I talked about this a little bit in one of my other videos, but it's these kind of moments in life that show you what you're made of. And it's unfortunate that this had to happen to me in this way, but I think only good things have come out of it, and I know that only good things are going to come in the future as time goes on. So I'm in a much better place than I was, and I've got a great support system. I've got, my family and friends back home who are always full of encouragement and everything. And I've got Sean and my friends up here, which are, they're pretty great. And he's been really fantastic, and he's helped me out a lot. So I'm really grateful for the support that I've been receiving from people, and I'm excited to start work tomorrow. That's going to be great. I'm going to make a video about that. So yeah, good news on the home front, I guess. I found a place. I put down a deposit, and I will hopefully get to start moving in by Wednesday. So that's great. I'll be flying back to Montreal on Monday. So I'll get there, with the time difference, I'll get there Monday morning, afternoonish. So that's kind of exciting. I'm still not 100% clear on what my plans are going to be for that week that I'm back, but as soon as I have more things ironed out, I will let you guys know, and hopefully I'll get to see you. And yeah, so that was I guess your glimpse into the mind of Miss Catherine Perrotta, me. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm back in the B&B after having been in London at the weekend, and I'm exhausted, and I feel sick. And my skin, as I mentioned in my little monologue there, is broken out. I've got blemishes on my chin here, under my eyes I'm all kind of puffy and red. I've got blemishes here, and my forehead is just a war zone. I mentioned before as well in the monologue that yeah, I've gained a bit of weight, and it's really frustrating because I have no appetite whatsoever. And when I eat like a bird, and I eat well. I'm not shoving my face full of junk or anything, but I'm all puffy, and it is my time of the month, so that will account for a bit of it, the puffiness that I'm feeling, but it's also the stress, and I'm really looking forward to having things settled down so I can take better care of myself, and I haven't had that kind of time to take care of myself. I haven't been drinking enough water. My sleep pattern has been totally interrupted, so I'm not healthy at the moment, but I'm really looking forward to getting settled and just getting myself to feel like myself again. My hair is all over the shop. I don't understand what's happening to it. So hopefully when I have more time to take care of myself, more time to relax, more time to sleep and eat properly and sort of rebalance my appetite and make sure that I'm only giving my body good things when it needs it, then I'll feel better, and I'll obviously I'll look better, but that's not, looking like $1,000,000 is no one can achieve that, but I would like to be able to feel better inside because I feel quite sluggish, and the stress has definitely affected the way that I look and how I feel. So I am kind of looking forward to getting back to me and feeling as good as I can. So that's kind of exciting as well. And this last week has been pretty great for that. I've been, I'm getting get ready for work. I found a place. I'm going to start moving in ASAP. I'm going to order some stuff. Like I need to order a bed. So I feel like once I sort of get that ball rolling, then I'll allow myself to relax a bit more, and then my body's going to respond to that. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so I will hopefully get to make another one of these by Wednesday or whatever and show you guys, give you guys some more news about the school and everything. And obviously once I moved in, I'm going to make a video about that. I'm going to show you where I live now, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so I hope you guys are well and enjoy life, and I will see you guys next weekend. Holy shit, I'm going to be back home, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, all right. This is getting really long now, sorry. Okay, bye. Love you, miss you.